everyone, this is Patty from Zvasiti.com. Today we're going to be working on that shoulder stand. Now for a shoulder stand, you want to make sure that your arms are stretched out, your shoulders are heated up, and the front of that body is warmed as well. Now this is kind of a compression, so after these poses you want to kind of do some twists and maybe some forward folds to kind of undo this. And fish pose is a very, very awesome pose to do after a shoulder stand. Now I'm going to show you a couple different variations for the shoulder stand. So I have a yoga wheel and a yoga block that I am going to use for these. So for a shoulder stand, a lot of it is in that belly. You have to be able to hold that belly in to keep that stand in place. So if you are a very, very beginner and you're not sure about getting up into your shoulder stand, one thing that you can do is work to develop the muscles. So first things first, we're going to use that block. Come down to our backs. Now what you're going to do is place those feet flat on the floor, and then you're going to bring that block, move that out of the way. You're going to bring that block underneath those hips. Now there are three levels on this block, so you can always come up to a higher one if you're feeling peppy. But to start developing those muscles, you need to get into the spirit of the pose. So what you're going to do is bring those hands down to your sides, plant them down on your mat so you have those to help leverage and move that chest. From there, you're going to lift those legs and bring them, hopefully, directly up from those hips. Now, this is where you want to keep those legs. Directly over those hips, active, so that you're developing the muscles throughout that body, locking into that belly. Now this is where you want to be here. When you get comfortable, again, you can raise that up to a higher setting. That is the block. Now with a yoga wheel, what you end up doing is kind of rolling back over the wheel. So the further that wheel is in the lower back, the more of an arch you're going to get. So what you want to do is kind of roll back over that wheel, trying not to roll over your hair, to come back onto the tops of those shoulders. So this is a little bit more advanced from the block. So you're going to want to make sure that you're nice and stable on that block before you use the wheel. So you're going to roll over to come onto those shoulders. And I'm going to miss my mat. And when you get to your shoulders, then you can raise those legs. Now from here, this is just a very, very short bout to get into that full expression of your shoulder stand without any props. So I'll show you from here. You can bring those hands underneath that low back. So your forearms, not your forearms, but your triceps, the backs of those upper arms are going to be locked into that mat. Placed on the floor, and then all you have to do is bring those feet overhead so your body comes off, and then work to raise those legs. And the more stable you are, you can walk your hands further up that back. To come down, you can move back onto that wheel, or you can place it off to the side. Now, if you think that you can do the shoulder stand without any of the props, but you just need a little work, you can use the wall as well. And the wall, what you're going to do is you're just going to bring those hips and go in rogue off the mat. You're going to bring those hips up against the wall, roll down to your side, and take those legs up. So then those feet come to your wall, and what you can do is lift those hips off the floor using the wall, placing those hands underneath that back, and then lifting those feet to get those hips situated to come up. To come down, you can place those feet back on the wall and then drop those hips. And that would be using the wall as well. So now we get to the fun part of not using any props whatsoever. So for this one, the easiest way is to bring those feet up overhead, lock those hands underneath your back, and then bring those feet back up. And you'll see it here in just a moment. Flat on that mat. Take those feet overhead, hands behind your back, and then extending up so you have a nice straight body here. Now the best way to come down is to roll down that back. So you're going to move into plow pose here. Rounding out that back, and then lowering those hips nice and slow. It may not be this graceful, and that's okay. You come down to those hips and drop those feet. And that is all I have for you today, folks. Like and subscribe down below. Head over to Zvasiti.com for full yoga sequences. And head over to my Instagram for daily progressions and pictures of the day. Thanks for watching and have a great day.